So welcome to another edition of BB News, and on the back of a win at last, can we make it 2 out of 2 against Nottingham Forest? So, Chelsea against Nottingham Forest. We can't call this a relegation battle anymore because Chelsea are safe. Yay! We no longer mathematically impossible for us to get relegated. But Nottingham Forest are a team fighting for their lives. And they had a very good, impressive win the other day. Was it 4-2? I think it was 4-2. Was it 4-2? Elijah? Forest? Did they win 4-2? Forest, was it 4-2 in their last game? 4-3, that's it, 4-3 against Southampton. Yeah, so 4-3 against Southampton in a great game. And I bring up Southampton because they got the double over Southampton. And why is that so fascinating? That's because Nottingham Forest have only won one away game all season. And yes, that was against Southampton. And they've only picked up 6 points away from home all season. 3 draws and that solitary victory against Nottingham Forest, against Southampton. But at least they can say they got a double over someone this season. I can't think of anyone. Have we got a double this season? I think we may have had one double. Who was it? Was it against Leicester or somebody? I think we had one double this season. Could be more, but I'm not sure. But we've only won 12 games. Oh wait, our home form is shocking anyway. We've won 6 out of a possible 17, drawing 5 and losing the other 6. So, you know, it's not great home record. So, Charity FC, can we be there to give Nottingham Forest only their second away victory of the season? They want it more than us. They need it more than us. So, they'll be a very dangerous opposition. But the thing is, there's a lot of similarities between Chelsea and Nottingham Forest this season. And it's no coincidence that both teams are struggling. The same thing what happened to Fulham a couple of seasons ago when they came into the Premier League, and they learned that lesson. They learned to do it a different way. When Fulham came into the Premier League, they bought about 15 new players. And that season, they didn't gel. They went straight back down. This time, they've come up and they've only invested in a few players. They haven't had like loads of players coming in. And you can see how they've got bought in the right areas. You can see how Fulham are performing. So, Forest, they had to buy a lot of players because I know a good friend of mine, he's a Nottingham Forest supporter, and what he was telling me is that a lot of the players who got them promotion last season were either on loanees or on their contracts had come to an end. So they had a lot of players leaving at the end of that season, hence why they had to bring in a lot of players. But did they have to bring in as many as they did bring in? Probably not. And they brought in, I think, if you think Chelsea, between Chelsea and Nottingham Forest over the course of the past 2 transfer windows, I think we both could field 5 teams to play against each other. Such is the amount of players that both clubs have brought in. And you know, Forest haven't found that chemistry yet. They've got a good manager. I do rate their manager, but they haven't found that chemistry yet to gel all these players together. Similar to what's happened at Chelsea, and you know, you've got that disparity within the squad with all these players and trying to get that chemistry going. It's harder than some people think. So that's why I think this season, I'm not making up excuses. Some people may think I am. That's part of the reason why we're struggling this season is the fact that, you know, all these players have come in and they haven't been able to form a consistent relationship, and we don't even know who's playing from one day to the next. We know hopefully Lewis Hall's going to play tomorrow because Frank Lampard in his press conference did say that Cucurella and Chilwell are out. He was tempted to bring him on against Bournemouth last week, but the nature of the game, the way the game was poised, he thought he needed to bring on a bit of experience. That's why he brought in on Dave, let's call him Dave, Aspilicueta, that's his name. But this game, I'm hoping that he starts in from the start for Lewis Hall, because if he brings in Aspilicueta to play that left back, to me, what's that doing? Because that's the question. Is he going to be here at the end of the season? Probably not. We need games for Lewis Hall if we're really serious about the future and about using these players and the message it will send out to the younger players. He's got to be starting for me in this game. And he's better going forward than Azpilicueta, I think. And so I would give him a chance. And plus, the fact that he was pulled out of the World Cup, Under-20s World Cup, because he needs to, we need him. Frank Lampard said it was him who made the decision to pull him out. So if I was Lewis Hall, if I'm getting pulled out, I'm expecting to get minutes, and a lot of minutes as well in the last 3 or 4 games. Or I'll be annoyed that I can't go and represent my country if I'm not playing games. So that's hopefully an indication that Frank Lampard has pulled him out because he wants to use him in the next 2 or 3 games or so. So back-to-back wins, that'll be great, because that'll help us to stop Manchester United, put them in their tracks. I've been having a lot of stick from a lot of Manchester United supporters this season. So if we can go and dent their hopes of getting into the Champions League next season, that'll be good karma for me, and I'll be able to go back with them, my chest not high, but a little bit out, if you know what I mean. So I think we can get back-to-back victories. I'm hoping we can get back-to-back victories. And so, let's finish the season on a high. Let's we've won a game, but our home fans haven't seen us win a game for a long time. So I ask you guys to give us a win, and just one more win to the end of the season. And is it asking too much to ask for another win for the home fans, home supporters? Let's give them something to cheer about, because we've got 2 away games, and our last game is against Newcastle, and that may be a hard one, because Newcastle are gonna, if they have to win that game to get into the top 4, then it's not going to be easy for us. So this is another opportunity to get a win under our belts. Talking about home fans, it's good that the club have seen it fit to freeze the ticket prices because of the performances that we had this season. If they were to raise season ticket prices after those performances, it would just be like a kick in the teeth. So well done to the club hierarchy for getting that bit right. So guys, what do you think? Are you confident that we can get back-to-back wins? For the first time since, when was it? When did Potter take over? I think it was September. For the first time since September, I think we won 3 in the bounce. Can we get back-to-back wins? Or do you think, because of the fact that Forest need it more than we do, that they may get their second win of the season, away win of the season, and cause an upset? I wouldn't call it an upset, because everyone's coming to Stamford Bridge these days and taking points. So what's your prediction for the match tomorrow? Yep, so that's the end of the video. So don't forget to like, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Turn on all post notifications so you'll be notified every time I make a new video. So take care and enjoy your weekend.